I overslept, so I'm a little late. I agree with Earl Marks. These Ranger players. I mean, you're gonna pay them $10 million. They don't even show up. I mean, come on, man. They shouldn't be getting paid $10 million. I put a clause in the contract. Yeah, if you don't put up a fight in the playoffs, you're only getting paid two. Sorry, that's just you should have read your contract. Yeah, we don't
Somebody,
feel like you're worth $10 million anymore. Sorry, man. You didn't even show up and put up a fight. I mean,
some of the people, somebody I know says you should put like a per goal a million. Like pay them if they get to a certain 10 goals, 20 goals, 30 goals. But then the NHLPA or union won't accept that, so it won't get anywhere.
right, but I would have put a clause in the contract. You don't really give effort in the playoffs, then you shouldn't be getting $10 million. Right, you're now getting five. Sorry.
But then you have who's going to choose whether or not they're played well enough or not.
That's true.
And then there's the injured guys that are constantly saying, well, I'm injured, so of course I'm not going to play as well. You wanted me to play. I hurt my leg. What can I do?
These guys were actually on the ice and put no effort, none. Let themselves. I mean, what 4 goals get scored on them? I mean, and they even score one. I mean, that's pathetic.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought the Rangers were good, but the Devils are pretty good, but they're losing now to them. Carolina's better than them, so.
That's true. You're always going to run into a better team down the line.
And like I said, Toronto's if they don't win today, they're in the worst spot of all teams, down 3.
Right. I mean, it was edge of your seat stuff with the Bruins and the Panthers game. Yeah, I mean, last second Panthers score. I mean, that was right on the edge of your seat. That was entertaining stuff.
Did you know that Florida wouldn't allow Canadian people to buy tickets to go to see them play Toronto in Florida? They had to prove residency in Florida to get tickets. If you came from Canada to get tickets.
Wow.
And the irony is, Montreal Canadians flock to Florida and give them gazillions every year in the winter, especially. They're running the hell out of their provinces to get to a warm climate, so they're giving money all the time to Florida. So then they not that I care. I mean, I wouldn't go to Florida to watch a Stanley Cup game anyway. So it's all off pretty far.
Yeah, I mean, who's doing well in the West? Since we're mainly talking about Eastern teams.
Well, there've been Edmonton has held their own. They had a bit of I think they lost one game, but then they started to show up. This Draisaitl doesn't get enough, applause. The guy scores like so many points. I mean, he's like better than McDavid maybe, or at least in the same league. I seem as good, so they're pretty good. And then this Kraken Dallas, I gave it to Dallas, but now they're having, the Kraken are better than people thought.
That's the Kraken. They're pretty good out the box.
Now Snoop Dogg is thinking of buying a hockey team with Ryan Reynolds and some other rapper. I forget what.
Well, I think if they buy a hockey team, then you could be like, well, you can say that. You can't say that. You could say that. Well, not just white guys own them.
Yeah, well, Snoop Dogg's got a lot of money.
They'll put some diversity in hockey. I mean,
didn't Jay-Z put in like a 0.75% for the Brooklyn Nets, so he got in that team, which is probably
saying, it's their money. They can buy whatever they want, man. They want to buy a hockey team. Maybe they like hockey. I don't know.
Ottawa's not bad, but they don't get full houses usually, but they're okay. I've been to the arena once to see Guns N' Roses and once to see a hockey game.
All right.
What do you think of all the concerts coming? Everybody and their mother seems to be touring. I know it's sports. I won't ask any more questions about music. You can just throw a comment and that's it.
I think it's great that rappers are buying hockey teams.
Okay. That's a good thing. Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Yeah.
He's got.
I would have brought a football team. That's what I would have done.
Did you know that Bon Jovi once tried to buy a football team?
Which one? Giants?
Buffalo Bills, I think it was, or the
Buffalo Bills.
Sabres. I think it was the Bills, or maybe it was the Sabres, but it was one of those two. But the key
Mhm.
thing, guess who, like scorched him in the media because he wanted to buy the team too. Trump, like, put out all these BS lies about all the horrible things John Bon Jovi did, just to discourage him. This is like 20-something years ago. This is just the kind of guy that guy is. I know it's politics. It's not a topic for today.
Yeah, but
It's connected to sports of it. So.
Yeah.
Well, what happened with the draft? I mean, you follow it more than me with the football. I
didn't follow the draft so much this time. I heard the Giants got decent draft. I have heard that Dallas had a draft that was trash, absolute garbage. That's why I heard. That was from a Dallas fan that called into their show. This week they had on a correspondent that none of us seen for 3 years. Shout out to, in case he listens to the replay, Matty Caps. He was in the house, and that was cool. None of us seen him for 3 years, so it's good to see the Caps. It's interesting.
I don't know him. I've heard he might have been. He's probably a local New York guy, right? So
yeah, I'm just gonna.
Only if they were on the Fan or Bad Dog Radio, I know them. I don't really know them in other stations that much.
Well, he was part of Worldwide Sports. Well, they're called Sports on the Go. Then they named themselves Worldwide Sports Radio Network. He was on the network for like a year. I used to call him this show all the time. He had a weekly show, and he'd have on the baseball cap backwards. And you go, I know that hat. It's Matty Caps. Yeah. Right. I don't think that's his real last name. He now is in the financial district. And I'm like, good for you, man.
Well, if
people gotta move on.
KATZ, that's a common name, kind of in the religion that he's in with that name. It's pretty common. I grew up with a few guys named Cats.
No, it's not Cats. It's Caps.
Oh, Caps. I thought you said Cats. Okay.
No, Matty Caps, not Cat. Cat. Okay. Yeah, shout out to Matty Caps in the house. If he's watching a replay, I told him check out my show. Yeah, I hope he catches the replay. Yeah. He was a great sports guy. I mean, sometimes you leave the game, right? You're not a sportscaster anymore, and you got to go on and do something else, right?
Well, PK Subban got in trouble. Did you hear what he said? Commenting on
who's that?
PK Subban. He played hockey for like 12 years in the NHL. He played for the Canadiens, the Devils.
Okay. What did he say?
Well, he was commenting on how Toronto didn't win one of the games, and he said something like, "Oh, they better eat a Lizzo-sized lunch to be prepared for the next game."
Not nice.
No, he got backlashed on it. He's a big mouth. He's known for being a big mouth. That's his trademark, you know. He gives a lot of money to this. He raises money for the hospitals in Montreal because he used to play here. So at least he's a nice guy in that sense.
Matt just asked, what time? Right now.
Right here, right now.
Right now. What time? Right now. Right now. What time? Right now.
You got to come in.
Yeah, what time? Right now. Okay, you can continue talking a little bit. I'm spreading at least the YouTube side in Discord.
Okay. Baseball-wise, I took a little look at a video where they showed the final game of the Expos in Montreal. I looked at it from like 2004. So it was kind of, they were interviewing all these people and they're all like depressed and all that. Kind of interesting. Then I saw a few other videos about concerts, so that's not really relevant. But other than that, I do hope they do play exhibition games here again in Montreal, because that's a chance for me to see some star players playing other teams. They did it, but then they stopped coming here. Like, I think it was the Blue Jays they scheduled a bunch of games, preseason games.
I can say I love the setup the best because it's the one they use for the game day one, the Friday show.
This setup.
Yeah.
I wish I was around Friday night, but I take those meds and they start to take. If I don't take them, I can't relax, and if I do take them, I relax too much.
They don't do it too late. They do it I think 5 or something.
Oh, 5 o'clock I can handle.
Yeah. No,
Maybe it was.
I'm saying this is it's usually one guy across and sometimes Speedy Petey joins. That's why his image is up in the Game
Oh,
On
that's him.
thing. Yeah. That is him. I like this. I feel like he's kind of producing. Yeah, he's not here. Right.
Yeah. I found this ring in a baseball diamond.
Nice.
I don't know what's it. It says 34K.
Wow.
Silver. So I looked it up. It's about $40 US or something. Some guy took his ring off to play batting practice with his friends or something, and he left it there. So I got it. I went with my kids to play baseball. I proved once again that I am not a great athlete.
All right.
I think I was not an embarrassingly lousy athlete when
I think I can. If let's say I had a son or something, I think I could play basketball with him. No, I don't really watch or play anymore, but I'll play with you. All right. Until you find it boring. Right.
My level of basketball in my 20s and 30s was passing it to people so they could score because I knew I couldn't for my life. I'm like Howard Stern, but he's even better than me.
Uh-huh.
Remember when he did a basketball game with Nils Lofgren?
I think so.
From the Bruce Springsteen group. He's like 5'7", the guy, and he beat Stern, who's 6'5".
Yeah, I know Niels.
You ever met him?
No,
you know of him?
I want to.
He was in a band called Grin.
What band?
Grin. I think it was called Grin many years before. Then he met Bruce.
Right.
One aside, I looked into Aerosmith. They're coming back. Their ticket prices are out of this world, man.
Really? I haven't even looked at it yet. I was about to look at it in a few days.
Oh man, you better get your cash because I'm not broke, but I can't shell out $7 for an average seat.
We have another guest. Ooh.
Who's that? Who's bad? Do. New microphone. Who's the guest?
I don't know. Hello?
They might have thought it was noon and then they didn't come back. But I was just zipped in just for the hell of it.
Very strange. I couldn't even see what their name was. They must have got an email. I don't know. Very weird.
Maybe they just got a phone call.
Let's see how they changed the logo in the middle of the show. It's okay. I liked it before. All right. I'm still sharing this.
The worldwide
other servers. I can put it in here. Other shows. Yeah. People always share their stuff in that section. All right.
I delayed feeding my cats. They were so hungry.
Yeah. Well, I haven't paid that much attention in baseball this week. I heard the Giants had a great draft. I heard from the guy that cut my hair, did the shave, cleaned up pretty good, that the Jets had a good draft. That's what I heard. But I'd say, the important thing is Dallas had a bad draft. That's the important thing.
But what position did they need to fill the most?
Giants?
Yeah. Oh, well, not quarterback. They seem to be okay with this guy. So whatever.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones.
Yeah, Jones is pretty good. They need some defense and maybe a couple more people to throw to. Right. So they need a couple offensive players and a little bit of defense. Right. That's what they need. I don't know if they're going to get that, but that's what they needed. Yeah.
They'll probably grind out. I wonder if the Jets will make the playoffs. That's really going to be something.
I don't know.
Especially because
in my hands. I'm not a Jets fan.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I just because of Rogers, I always fascinated by what happens with him.
Yeah, I look into it a little bit. I'm like, they might make the playoffs. That's the thinking there because the president of the network is a Jets fan, right? And potential sponsors watching in the future might be Jets fans. So I'd say I wish them the best. I hope they make the playoffs. But, not everything turns out what you hope, right?
That's an understatement. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the guy who liked feet? He was a Jets fan. What was that coach name? Him and his wife had a foot thing.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was like 15 years ago. Ryan. His last name was Ryan.
What's that noise?
Oh, I threw it away. It was just a wrap from something. At least I'm not driving around. I love Steve, but he's driving around in his van in the highway. I don't know how he pulls that off.
I know either. I mean, we're not too much knowledgeable in it by far. You know what? Let's just hit rubber to the road and go, and we'll see how the show is and if people like it and all that. The experts seem to not be here for some reason.
Yeah, the other guy, those two guys.
But, I liked how Errol got mad. They're paying these guys $10 million. Right, you got mad at that.
Who's Errol?
I like the passion. I like when people get mad. It's like, yeah, they shouldn't be paying these guys all this money if they're not going to show up and put any freaking effort. Right. I want to be able to have that passion that he has. That right.
What is it about not wanting to win the Stanley Cup? I mean, don't they dream of that when they're 5 years old in their little room?
I guess, but man, I guess these New York Rangers didn't want that to happen to them. I mean, I think I think Errol and all the other guys, they're big Islanders fans, right? And I think weren't they eliminated?
Yeah, they were. I forget who knocked them out.
Yeah, but I think if they made it all the way being the playoffs and getting to the seventh game, I think the Islanders would have, showed up and showed you that they're worth what they're getting paid, right?
Well, they put in a great effort. I think it could have been Carolina. Carolina is easily going to be the champion, so they have a really good chance.
I'm just saying, man, I think I don't know much about hockey. I don't really watch anymore. I just watched the seventh game, but I think the Islanders wouldn't just sit there and not score in a seventh game where everything's on the line, right?
They would put more effort in.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know why the Rangers are
freaking Rangers. My friend Jimmy on Twitter said, typical. He's 100% right.
No, typical is Toronto. That's more typical.
But he was talking about the Rangers. Toronto's in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Rangers is pretty typical that
they need Mark Messier. Didn't he guarantee the game?
Mark Messier's Rangers have been gone for quite a while, man.
95, I think.
Yeah, they're.
Yeah, it's because he guaranteed.
He would be no help to them now. I mean,
no, Messier's in his long finish.
But his Rangers wouldn't just stand around and let another team score 4 points on them. It'd be 4-3 down to the wire.
Yeah, he kept
next goal. Oh, Rangers made it 4-4, and now it's 5-4 Rangers. That would be his Rangers, and they'd be the victor, and they'd be celebrating with champagne, and they made it to the next round, right? And yeah, but this ain't his Rangers.
No, I know
his Rangers were great. They were amazing,
and he proved that he didn't need Wayne to win a cup. They won 2 because he won 1 after Gretzky in Edmonton.
And then he won with New York. And then he said, I don't need all you fancy New Yorkers. And he went and won 1 with Vancouver.
Hold on. He went to Vancouver. Messier went to Vancouver?
Yeah, after the Rangers, 97.
He might have, but Vancouver's never won a cup. But the Canucks have not won a cup. Maybe he might have gone there. You can look it up. I don't remember him going there, but he could have. But I know for sure Vancouver never won a cup. They've been in a cup. They've been in a final with that Italian. What's his name? I forget his name now. the goalie there, Luongo. But
Well, I remember him winning in the late 90s.
well, I would look it up, but you want to look it up? I'll look it up. Well, I don't want to. I hate to look up stuff while I'm doing this with you because sometimes I get screwed up with the screens and I have to find my screen again. But
Yeah.
I can tell you with great certainty, if he did win again, it wasn't with Vancouver. He might have won 2 cups with the Rangers, or was
Look
it
him
one?
up. It definitely wasn't with the Rangers. Definitely not.
I'm trying to think.
He won that one time with them, and then he moved on.
Here, I'll look it up for a second.
But I believe he won 7.
Maybe you're right.
There's only one Messier.
Yeah, there's only one. What teams Mark Messier played for? He did play with the Canucks. So you're correct that he played, but I know they didn't win the cup. I'm in Canada, man. If they won the cup, it would be front page news for like 6 months.
But that was 97, I believe.
It says his career was till 2004. But his last team, unless he went back to Edmonton or New York after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a 25-year career. Wow. Oilers, Rangers, and Canucks. That's a long time.
Yeah, there's nobody like him. He's my favorite player of all time. There's nothing like Messier. No.
He did chip commercials here for years. Okay, here it is. I have the stats. He did go back to the Rangers for 4 years. So maybe he won when he went back there?
No, definitely not. I think us New Yorkers would remember that happening. No.
Yeah, so
no.
So that means he went there the year after Gretzky was there. Wasn't Gretzky there 1998, 99?
Yeah.
And so they almost played together on the same team.
Then Gretzky retired, right? So they played together again on the same team, and nobody won anything.
But this Wikipedia lookup is what I said it was.
I said I can always reminisce on here. They're reminiscing lately when I called in to the worldwide Wednesday night, I believe, about when Manny Caps was there, about the old days of Joe Torre and all that. So you can reminisce because it's never going to be, I don't know if it's going to be like that in my lifetime. I mean, the Steinbrenner boys, if they sell and the new owner takes over, the Yankees might be winning again. All the Steinbrenner boys care about is money. George Steinbrenner didn't just care about money. He had a lot of money. He cared about baseball. He really saved baseball. The man was passionate. He cared. He wanted to win. And he wasn't just satisfied with one win. He wanted to win again and again and again.
And he did it a lot. So
yeah, I mean,
is it kind of like
passion?
Is it like the son of Al Davis, Mark Davis, or whatever his son's name, Mark Davis? Maybe he doesn't have the same passion as his father did.
I don't know, man.
Well, that's the Raiders coach, not coach, owner.
Well,
right,
possibly, but I don't know. He took the Raiders to a new home. Maybe he's got the passion. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know anything about the man, so I don't know.
The father was quite a character. He would stand up there in that booth. Well, you're younger than me, so you don't remember. He looked pretty stressed out all the time.
But I know that I think the Giants owners still have a little passion in them.
What's the story with this constant sad sack quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys? He's the choke machine. Like, there he goes. I don't know, man. He sits on that bench and he looks like he's depressed.
I gotta say, people call them the Yankees of football, right? Well, since they've hit the cold streak, right, and they haven't been to the conference final in 28 years, the Yankees have won 5 championships and been to the ALCS countless times. They're equivalent to the conference final, right? Yeah. And more than 5 times. So, since Dallas's cold streak, the Yankees have been winning and at least making it to the ALCS more times than they have. Oh, because Jerry lost the feeling and they've gone cold. And I'm going to count all the times that they've been there. Next time I'm talking to a Dallas Cowboys fan, and they go, well, they haven't made it in 15 years. Yeah, to win. But they've been in that round. Oh, Dallas hasn't been in that round for close to 30 years. And
Yeah.
the Yankees of football, yeah, pretty soon people be saying they ain't the Yankees of nothing because, Yankees put up a fight. They make an effort. They try and stay in the playoffs for as long as possible. They don't just let the new hot team run them over and move on. Right? That's Dallas. Yeah.
Well, they haven't been good
Knocked out in the first or second round
always.
because Jerry lost the power. He ain't got it anymore. He can't win. Yeah, he sucks. He's an old man that thinks they're going to win every year. No. He should sell the team and get it over with because they suck.
Roma wasn't great. Aikman was
none of them are great.
There've been a lot of
I'm so glad that their draft was trash because they're trash. And they'll make the playoffs. Yeah. You know what only counts around here? You make the conference. Sorry. Oh, soon it's going to be 30 years. Good. I can't wait till that. And that's 2 years from now. Can't wait.
And that sad looking Jerry Jones up there, panicked. Like, he sees it every year for so many years. Now he's got this guy that's a great quarterback, or is he great or good? And under pressure, it's the same answer. Is it his fault? Is it the receiver's fault? Who knows?
This is my guarantee. Troy Aikman itself is going to turn 60-something years old before they make that conference. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how old is the guy? Like 50-something, right?
Well, he's got to be younger than me, but not by a lot. He's probably in mid to late 50s. His ex-wife got pulled over once and started freaking out at
so
the
he's
cop.
going to be retirement age by the time, or older by the time they make it. And they'll be, wow, they made it again. Oh, Jerry's just sold the team? Good, because he lost the feeling he's on a cold streak.
Well, he's going to retire at some point to guys like that.
Yeah.
He'll croak. How old is Jerry Jones?
Got to be like, what, 80?
He's got to be closer. He's got to be around 80. Because, who owned the team before him? I don't even know.
But could you believe this year the Avalanche got eliminated?
I was
the champs. I mean, come on, man.
The Kraken beat them.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the Kraken, part of the ownership is from Montreal. There's a businessman that I met once. He's part owner. He organized the Kraken. He's part of it. And I don't know. I don't even know who the stars are on the team. I looked up the roster. I think I knew 2 names. That's it.
Well, I'm saying that, it wasn't completely shocking. It's just really? Well, we say went down in Game 7, right? They made a solid effort. They won 3, and then just that 4th win didn't work. It didn't work out.
Can't get there sometimes.
Yeah. It's all right, they got eliminated in round 1. Well, I'm sure.
And the Lightning lost.
I'm sure the coach and the owners are going to yell at them, right? And also build them up and be like, well, we got to make another effort next year, right? And that's just the way that goes.
And Toronto and the Raptors fired their coach. A lot of changes in Canada, They whatchamacallit,
Well, next week I'm definitely gonna focus the eyes on them Yankees.
Who are they playing?
I don't even know, man. Well, since I did this late, this is gonna be it for this session. Sorry, it's only 30 minutes, but
all right. It was fun anyway. Look, I wish these other pros, they have a lot of good comments, but they didn't show up.
Yeah, it's all right, man. It's okay.
It's fine. I'll be around for the next time.
And next time I'm going to try and be on time.
Yeah. And I hope these guys...
I should set an alarm or something.
You should get it's your show, but I'd like you to bring in, if you could, some gambling guy who does, those sports.
I'm trying to they have had sport betting guys on Errol's show, right? And I'll try and contact those guys and get them on here.
Even though I don't gamble anymore, I like to hear their
I'm
opinion.
saying, but I do. There's well, I'm thinking of a different show. There's guys that come on like AMP that talk about sports betting. I might try and get them on this show. I could talk to them, call into shows that they're on, and I'll see what happens.
There's a bunch of them on Twitter I speak to sometimes. Like one guy, they want you to join their gang of gamblers, but I said I don't do that.
I'm gonna see if anybody's talking in the crowd because crowd people like Snug the Cat are always. I don't see anybody like Snug the Cat in here.
All right.
Okay. And I'm gonna check real quick the YouTube side. No. Okay, so no audience.
It's too nice out. That's why it's warm outside. People want to get out.
Yeah, replay people. Enjoy your broadcast. People in the network, enjoy the broadcast. And I will see you next time. And I will be looking at all the ALCS appearances in the Yankees cold streak since 2009.
That'll be
right. Fun. Or 2010. That's when the cold streak kind of began because they won in 2009, right? And I'll be like, and then I'll have something to combat the Dallas fans against. It's like, well, you say that 15 years, right? Okay. Well, they made the ALCS this many times. When has Dallas made the conference in their cold streak? Oh no, they haven't. All right.
All right.
All right, man.
All right. Thanks a lot. Speak to you later, guys.
Thanks for coming on. And
No
everybody
problem.
enjoy the replay. Errol's, Speedy PD, anybody else. Kyle, check it out. Enjoy. Anybody else from the network? Matty Katz, if you're watching, old contact from the network. Anybody? Have a good one. Peace.
You too. Peace out.